Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, okie dokie, boomer. BOOMER, please your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Hey. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Okie dokie, boomer.
Are we here? Am I here? I don't think we're here. There we are.
I don't know where we are.
we're in the zone.
There we are.
We're in the zone.
I don't know. I'm in a weird place. I have Trump going in one ear. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
What's he doing in your number 2 or what?
Oh my God. He is. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he is. He's deucing all over America. But no, he's announced that he's running for president of the United States.
Oh my God. I'm going to triple down again and say DeSantis, even though my midterm call was off, which I'm still not buying it, guys, but I will concede I was wrong. Not really, but that's kind of a half-ass concession. But
I say it's too early. I want to see the dynamics of what's going to happen with the Republican Party. Is there going to be a civil war? Will Trump get them to bend the knee and all bow to him? Who's corporate America is supporting, and who is the military-industrial complex supporting? These are important questions I will be asking myself before I make any predictions about where we're going to be in 2024. If we're not just all fucking nuclear wintered and sitting in the dark.
Yeah. That's a good consideration. I have a couple of ideas, but who knows? But I still say I've been right more than I've been wrong.
No, you have.
The thing with the Smiley race and Murray race in Washington State. If you go back and watch the video, I was calling it for Smiley, but I double talked it because I knew Murray would pull it out anyway. So.
No, it's a given. It's a given. Those seats are theirs until the corporate oligarchs decide. And when I say corporate oligarchs, I mean those who control Washington State, the CEOs of Boeing and, all of these huge Starbucks, Amazon. We have some heavy hitters in Washington State. They have the final say over who sits in those seats. So
we're ruled by, what is it? A rapacious oligarchy or just an oligarchy?
Well, actually, we're a technocracy. Yeah, we're a technocracy. Yeah, that's what we've slid into. We don't recognize it yet, but ultimately, that's what we are.
All these labels make me crazy.
I know. It just means we're fucked.
I want to apologize to everybody for Saturday night. We got 3/4 of the way through the show, and then my internet started skipping, and It took down my workstation, and I'm telling Chanda, hey, something's wrong here. And then all of a sudden, Chanda goes, did I lose you? And that was the end of it. You did lose me. And
yeah. You kept telling me coming into that, you're like, workstation 2's down. And then all of a sudden, boom, I was just sitting in the room by myself. And I look over at the screens and they're dead. And I'm just like, oh, that wasn't me. Because normally I'm the one who crashes. And I didn't crash on Saturday for once.
I'm not going to say I was hacked or attacked, but I am going to kind of say this was weird because camera 2, which is a computer that we use, and we were just on camera 2. We're on camera 1 now in the background. Right. It started reloading stacks in the computer, and that to me is somebody getting in the computer. So, and right now I'm still skipping somewhat, so I don't know if they've got our number or whatever. But still skipping. If I have to drop a stream, I will pick one.
It could be the amount of streams we're pushing. We're pushing a lot more streams than we used to, but hopefully we won't go down again.
Well, let's ask the audience. If we have to knock off a stream, which would you prefer, Rumble, YouTube, or Rockfin? And put it in the chat.
We know who everybody's going to vote for.
YouTube. They're going to say take YouTube
and they're
down.
all going to say take YouTube down.
Yeah, I know. That's the way I feel about it too. I just
YouTube, we love you, but you guys have a bad rep, but it makes it hard to defend you guys when everybody's dislikes you. Yeah, so maybe play nicer.
We gave you a nice apology song. The show the other night.
That was great. Have you released that as a single yet?
No, I'm going to do Pat's and that one at the same time this week. I haven't even got to my email. So those of you, I know.
I know,
I've
it's been a hard
got
week.
one very nice email from ML, and I haven't had a chance to respond because I didn't want to say just thanks. I want to have a good response to a nice long email.
Right.
So I will work on that. I will work on it one way or another. I don't know how long it's going to be, but you said a lot of nice things, and we appreciate it. We appreciate the support and
Yes.
from everybody here. And we just
And our new Patreons. I saw we picked up new Patreons too, and I haven't had a chance to get in there and send you thank yous, but those will be coming. We appreciate the support. And thank you to everybody who's supporting my 62 miles in the month of December. Kate, I saw you stop by today and made a donation for St. Jude's Kids. Thank you. And yeah, I'm going to be out there freezing my ass off in the month of December. And you guys are helping me get there. So thank you.
Yeah, St. Jude's Kids are one of my favorites.
That's why I'm doing it. I don't feel like they're one of the rip-off scam artists. So many of them out there are they just enrich their CEOs. And I'm not saying that doesn't happen with St. Jude's, but I do know children actually get help and parents get relief from bills and debts. And I want to shout out to DC. Thank you so much for the super chat over there. Imagine thinking our elections are legit when a sitting Secretary of State can run for office while simultaneously overseeing the state's voting count. Oz and I were just talking about that in the green room, weren't we?
Yeah, and honestly, DC, we know our elections are legit. How do I keep my fingers crossed when I'm saying that?
They're legit. They're legit.
They're legit. Yeah, sure. But it's unethical and it's in bad form. And they should be ashamed of themselves. They should step down or recuse themselves from anything to do with the election. And we're talking about the election, the governor's race in Arizona, correct? Yeah, that would be Hobbs.
You will never, ever, ever. And I'm not a Carrie Lake supporter. I have brought you guys some Carrie Lake clips over the last couple of weeks. And she just seems like the type of woman that Arizona would go for if you've ever been in Arizona. And I don't think for 1 second that they didn't vote for her.
Meteor Dream says Orange Man coming back. I would say...
Yeah, Orange Man is just pooping orange all over America tonight. I listened to most of that. And yeah, it's just more of the same old Trump. And I told Oz, oh, fuck, I don't want to do this for 4 more years if he wins. I mean, I know we're screwed by the Democrats right now, but Trump again?
Mm-mm.
But yeah.
I'm still saying
he did keep us out of war, right?
I'm still saying it's Ronnie.
But he won't keep us out of war. He's a freaking war hawk.
He is a war hawk. And Trump didn't have his... He supplied arms and did all the nasty things, but he didn't bring us to the brink of World War III, Joe Biden. So, that's where I'm at.
But you know what? Americans, we are in super debt, and the only way to get out of debt is war. And we know that. And so Americans will just get behind whatever these war hawks want to do.
They think that's the way to get out of debt.
Right. They think that's the way. But all they're doing is sacrificing their children for their fucking Visa card.
And we're getting more in debt daily.
Oh, God, yes. We're more in debt than we've ever been as a nation. I don't know what I was watching the other day.
We're stretched all over the planet. And did you hear Uncle Joey? He wants to give $37 billion more.
It's in the deck. I did a screen grab on it and stuck it on the Onion. It's on the Onion. But yes, $37 billion more and $9 billion more for COVID.
Oh, my God in heaven.
Yeah.
My mic is too low. Pasta says my mic's too low. Is my mic too
Pasta's actually in the house. I feel so honored. Pasta hanging out watching us.
Is my mic better? Here, let me kick it up a notch, like Emerald used to say. Is that?
Oh, there you go. That's a little better.
Is that better?
I hear you better.
Is that better? Okay. Is
Hopefully
that better?
for that.
Thank you, Pasta. I'm
Shelly, welcome.
Still working on the audio.
Why don't we shout out our chats real fast and we'll get moving on this?
Yeah,
we haven't said hi to them.
Yeah. Do you want to do it or shall I?
I got it. I got the YouTube anyway. Okay. So Julie Love's over there modding, Queen of the Mods, Becca C, Natalie Williams, welcome, Gamer DC, of course, Shelly's hanging out. Shelly's got the best memes every day. Shelly's Twitter makes me laugh. Kate, thank you so much for being here and always being first in the room with Fred Edwards. Thanks, Fred. DC, who did I miss? Metro Dreams, welcome. Of course, I got that. Crone of Anarchy. Crone's in the house. Welcome, Crone. You guys know I don't have my glasses on. Al Walski. Hi, Al Walski.
Al.
Al.
Well,
Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I'm trying to go back. I think I got everybody that's been chatting, but I know there's a lot more in the
I've got
chat.
over on the Finn. I've got Copeland Morris. Hey, Copeland, good to see you. And this guy named Pasta. A guy named Pasta. Trump announced.
Pasta, yes, we know. Trump
Yeah.
announced.
Yeah, Trump announced.
We got you.
And almost immediately, the Dems and the Biden sent out fundraiser asking for money.
Oh, yeah. TDS is going to be in full fucking bore tomorrow.
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen,
oh my God,
prepare for the crap storm of TDS we're going to have tomorrow.
They knew this was going to happen.
We're going to have to remember every terrible thing that Trump ever did. The memes are going to be off the fucking hook. Here we go, guys.
Yeah, it's sickening. Kamshwari Kate. Hi, Kate. Good to see you, Kate. Riley Martin. Hi, Riley. There's Fred over there. Good to see you. We've got 130 on the Rockfin, and we've got 5,000 on YouTube. Wow, we're kicking ass tonight. We love it like that. And we are on the Rumble. We're building Rumble slowly, but Chanda and I have been so busy with stuff. We got a little break today on the show, right? Because we're going to bring what we missed on Saturday night, except for the dance offs. We're going to save those
Tonight's
for next
show's the craziest, eclectic, leftover, half from last Saturday, whatever I wanted to grab. Not a lot of clips tonight, a lot of screenshots and just stuff to BS about. So,
we're having a very casual show. And since Brother Pasta's in the room, I want to remind everybody he did an election special today. And if you can, go over to the Rockfin and watch it. He had a short segment introducing it. So I always love it. Brother Pasta, Sister Fee are on top of it. So if you can, go check that out. So we've got Saturday Night Scene 42, not in this order, but we did bring Jamie Kuhn, that beautiful song. Pat, is that an original? Is that an original by Jamie? I think it is.
I think it is. And oh my gosh, that was heart-wrenching because I was so excited for them to hear that. Oh, it was it's a beautiful song. I can't wait. But yeah, Saturday night was just like, what? Boom, and done. Like,
yeah. You know what today is, right?
Depends. What is today?
Depends. Yeah, it depends for every day for Biden. But today is the anniversary of Biden signing the infrastructure deal. So,
oh God,
it's this says 487 days. I can't do math, but neither can they. But it's day 487 of Build Back Better. Nothing is built. Nothing is back. Nothing is better. Anybody want to tell the Democrats that? And this
you lie. You spew lies according to them.
It is.
If a big limb would tell you that's lies.
Absolutely. And this is coming from a recovering Democrat of 45 years.
I know.
So probably longer. I am a recovering Democrat. I will never support the Democratic Party.
Me neither.
Ever again. I'm done. And not to say that I'm going to support the Republicans. I am as independent as it get. I showed Chanda and we are the black sheep in the middle of all the white sheep. No matter what their political affiliation is. So, and I like it.
Don't play politics anymore.
No, I'm done.
About
I am absolutely done. Here's a news flash. Google agrees to a $391.5 million privacy settlement with a coalition of 40 state attorney generals over charges it misled users into thinking they disabled location tracking. Oh my God. That's from the New York Slimes, which we're going to bring back the New York Slimes Award too, by the way. You got any input on this? Because I
do. Yeah. I watched
this. Is funny.
So GPS was created after the war, the World War II. Basically, they needed a way. They figured out China sent up its first satellite, and Americans figured out that if they pinged it so many times an hour, they could figure out the location of anything at any time. So did you know that as GPS was rolled out to the American public, that Reagan would turn the signal on and fucking off, depending, like the military had it, and then so many airlines, the fucking air traffic control needed it. And so Reagan said, okay, I'll let you guys use it. So he turned it on. And then a bunch of entrepreneurs were like, hey, we could sell GPS and stuff, that we could use this in a lot of stuff. And Reagan was like, okay, so we'll just give a public sector signal and you guys can use that. But we're going to turn it down by like 10 times. So that way you guys don't get any of the signal. Because we're saving the pumped up signal for the military. And anyways, it got all the way to Clinton before they finally lifted this freaking scramble that they had on the freaking GPS. And since then, it has been the goal to put GPS in every hand of every American at every fucking moment.
Literally, they want to put it into your hand.
Been the goal since Clinton, since the Telecommunication Act that fucking Clinton pushed. Yeah.
Yeah, they can save the surgery and just sign everybody a mandatory mandate that you have to have a smartphone. So there you go.
No, they give them away for free.
I know.
Don't you remember in 2013
phone,
no, you could get a brand new i5 with Verizon if you signed up for 2 years or some shit. They just send you a $700 phone. Yeah. How many of us got free phones that way? Come on, you're bargaining with the devil. I know I got plenty of them.
Yeah, I know. I got a stack of phones over here. I just
everybody has a drawer full of phones, right? How disgusting is it? Yes, and what it took to build that phone, the finite resources that people were so exploited to dig up and get, so you can have that phone, and 2 years later it's busted with a busted screen sitting in a drawer, out of date. Like
Gamer says, Obama phone. Yeah, that's the.
I have an Obama phone, and it died. Like the battery melted it. Yeah.
Kamshari Kate says today is a year since the Pacific Northwest was hit by a violent atmospheric river. Yeah, and we had a heat dome before that. So
we did.
Yeah. I mean, some of our sisters and brothers got snow this weekend.
I had snow for 3 days this week.
And you had snow. Did you build a snowman or did you curse at the fallen tree? Which one?
I have been having hot flashes so bad. Like I just kept going outside and standing and cooling off. Like you could see steam rising off of me.
Well, Jesus,
and then I didn't get to enjoy it.
Yeah, you come down and augment my pellet stove, will you? I mean, it does not heat the house
I am
up.
a furnace.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. You brought Lex Luthor here. What the hell?
Shelley says it's snowing right now here. Nice.
Oh
Yay.
no.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about Lex Luthor. This is, I don't know if this was left over from the other day, but this is Roseanne DeMauro. And of course, Jeff Bezos says that he's going to give away almost all of his fortune. Amazon founder Jeff Bezos said in an interview with CNN that he will give away the majority of his wealth during his lifetime. And Roseanne says, "Dear Jeff Bezos, will you please give the money to me and my comrades so we can spend it destroying the billionaire class?"
Thank you, Roseanne DeMauro. Yeah, she was the chair or the president of the United Nurses Union at one point. I don't think she is anymore.
You know how we have so many strikes going on that nobody's talking about, nobody's covering. I mean, I've seen some of our brothers and sisters, but I mean, mainstream media, of course, they're not touching it.
No, they're paid not to, because if they do, they're in trouble.
Don't tell people they're rising up and pissed off.
But CNN's in the doghouse too, because they were letting some Ukrainian not a C, do the salute. So that was kind of funny. The combo couch.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I saw that. I did see that. I'm sure all of you saw that. Jimmy, I think, covered that.
Yeah, so did P and Pasta. I think P and Pasta out of that there yesterday. They had a good laugh.
Yeah, I saw Pasta stop by Jimmy. I watched that one. Good job, Pasta.
Yeah, he did a great job. He's good. He's got the ones and twos almost down. Not as good as me, but
yeah, he does.
You're getting there. But Pasta's he gets with the program, man. So that's what we love about Brother Pasta.
He's a newspaper guy. That's why.
He's a newspaper guy. He doesn't let grass grow under his feet. You brought Dolly, huh?
Dolly. Well, so it turns out that Bezos turned around and gave $100 million to Dolly to spend on charity. And so she's supporting charitable causes she chooses.
Okay.
There you go.
Why didn't you give it to me? Because it would go into the charity of independent media that is sorely lacking in this. Oh, that's why he didn't give it to me.
Well, at the same time that he's doing this, he's laying off Amazon workers. Like, I can't see how many because it's too small. But
here it comes, guys.
Tens of thousands. Yeah. Here it comes.
Yeah, exactly. I woke up this morning and they're starting the pandemic talk again, by the way, just to let you know. You brought
I've witnessed that firsthand. I've been at the doctor's a couple times this week and it's gearing up, man. It's like the little train that could. I see it in the office. Like that's the only thing they care about. When you go to sign in at any, register at any doctor's office, like, do you have any of these? Have you had these? Like, it's coming. It's coming.
Should I just get my snorkel and air tank and just plug it into a mask?
Probably should. That's where we're
It's just like I'm just fucked. I don't know what to say. Now, did we share a mind besides Apple Crisp this weekend? Is this Chris Hedges?
A couple of different things, but of course this is Chris Hedges.
This is Chris Hedges, and I was going to.
I got a little.
I was going to put this in, and you already put it in, so you beat me to this one. So, what is he going to talk about here?
honestly.
Can't remember.
I can't remember. It's Chris Hedges.
Yeah, from his Jimmy Dore show. Let's give it a listen, see what it is, if I can push the right button. Is that the right button? It should be the right
I don't push the button. That's what she said.
Push the button.
Hey, are there two parties? Chris Hedges says this.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
Both parties are full partners in the destruction of our democratic institutions. Both parties have reconfigured American society into a mafia state. It only depends on how you want it dressed up. The power of politicians such as Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Mitch McConnell comes from being able to funnel corporate money to anointed candidates. In a functioning political system, one not saturated with corporate cash, they would not hold power. They have transformed what the Roman philosopher Cicero called a commonwealth, a res publica, a public thing or a property of people, into an instrument of pillage and repression on behalf of a global corporate oligarchy. We are serfs ruled by the obscenely rich, omnipotent masters who loot the U.S. Treasury, pay little or no taxes, and have perverted the judiciary, the media, and the legislative branches of government to strip us of our civil liberties.
I don't think I should read this next one out loud.
To engage in financial fraud and theft.
No.
So let me I'm reading that because I had a conversation with a close friend of mine today, and he is super smart, wicked funny, and is convinced that there's a difference between the Democrats and Republicans, not realizing that he's being propagandized and manipulated. That's exactly why Bernie Sanders and the squad are allowed to become Democrats or in the Democratic Party, is so that you think someone in government is actually fighting for you, so you don't give up hope and start a third party, and you keep voting for one of the two corporate-owned pro-war, anti-worker, pro-Wall Street parties. And there they are. We don't live in a democracy. It's just stop it with that. We live in a fucking mafia state. We live in a mafia state. You know what the mafia does? They aren't even as bad as the Democrats and Republicans, because the mafia would at least give you a turkey on Thanksgiving, and they'd give you health care.
Yeah.
They won't give us you know what they'll do? They'll take our turkey money and they'll send it to Nazis.
Yeah, Nino Brown from that crack movie, the main crack dealer, he would give out turkeys. Mm-hmm. He didn't send stuff to Nazis.
Didn't send stuff to Nazis. So they want you to think that, well, the Republicans are all bad people. At least the Democrats have a few good people that go along with the war machine, Wall Street, health insurance companies, big pharma, and big tech. What is the fucking difference if AOC votes the way Nancy Pelosi wants her to, and she does, then what's the point of her? The point of her is to make people like you think someone's fighting for you inside of the fucking corporate-owned government, so you stay invested in the Democratic Party and voting for them. That's what it's all about, because as soon as you figure out that the Republicans and Democrats are serving the same fucking oligarchs, and they do it just in slightly different ways, until you realize that, you will continue to be oppressed by the people you think are your friends.
Yeah.
I think that was a touche moment.
Touche, yeah.
Touche. Thank you, Jimmy. So we live in a technocracy, oligarch, whatever, all that stuff.
Mafia. And that's what it is. They strung on you. You have to do what they want you to do, or you freaking make no living, you have no life.
Yeah, well, Mark Ruffalo is in the doghouse for that. I think Sabby said
he can stay in the damn doghouse. He has just disgusted me. He smells like wet dog since freaking 2016. And last time I had any respect for him was back when I respected Josh Fox, and I'm way over that shit.
Yeah, me too. Josh Fox, talk about a grifter.
How
can you smell it? How can you smell him? Is it that bad? I actually still think he should. If Sabby's going to interview somebody from Hollywood, he would be one of the ones that I would consider interviewing. But
well, you know how you can smell him, because he's a shit lib. Yeah, they're all shit libs at heart, man.
I know. This is from BP. Again, I'm not thrilled or happy at all with Breaking Points anymore. I swear to God, Kyle's running the show now. But this is
from under Crystal's desk.
Yeah, from under Crystal's desk. I got some comments about that too. About somebody said that they thought that Kyle was under Sauger's desk too at the same time. I'm trying.
Oh my God.
I was just trying to do so.
Hey, I know judging, man. We live in a new time and a new era.
Whatever
All things
worked.
are possible.
This is now. Is it Marie or Maria Gulaskamp Perez? Do you know or? Well, they'll probably pronounce it in here.
You're asking me enunciation? Okay.
Well, let me run the clip anyway because I want to make a point here or an opinion. Can I offer an opinion?
And then, like I said, 538 had it 98 out of 100 times. This dude is ultimately going to win. On the Democratic side, you actually have a very interesting candidate. She didn't run your typical, like, what the DNC consultants would tell you to do of, like, you know, be a centrist and don't say anything and, you know, just talk about like vague things like accountability or only talk about abortion. This woman named Marie Gluesenkamp Perez, she was actually a Bernie caucus voter and ran quite a sort of economic populist campaign and also personally has an interesting bio. She's a small business owner. She owns an auto repair shop. So let's take a look at a little bit of how she presented herself.
I'm not your typical candidate for Congress. My name is Marie Gluesenkamp Perez. My husband Dean and I own an auto repair shop. I'm running to be a voice for workers who have a little grease under their fingernails. For those struggling running small businesses, taking care of young kids, and taking care of aging parents. For those who are tired of politicians who just pay attention to big corporations and the wealthy, and ignore us, and ignore the growing threat facing America like China and Russia. I'm not running to represent drug companies or oil companies, or frankly, any special interest. They all have lobbyists. They don't need politicians to. I'm not taking a dime of corporate PAC money. I'll work to get money out of politics so our representatives can work for us again. I'm very proud that Dean and I have created family wage jobs. But like most small business owners I know, we can't afford health insurance for ourselves. We pay $500 a month for health insurance for our son. We are young, healthy, and have no pre-existing conditions beyond an entrepreneurial spirit. The trade skills we have used to guarantee a comfortable life for families, free from out-of-control childcare costs and astronomical health insurance premiums. But today, too many Washington families who work for a living are struggling to make ends meet, having to make tough choices and painful sacrifices, while big corporate interests maximize their profits at our expense. We don't need another corporate shill or extremist in Congress. I will fight for working Washingtonians just like me. Join me.
She had me at, you don't need another corporate.
I hate when we do that. I do it too. We all do it.
Go ahead and give your thing again.
Okay, so I think that was very clean and wholesome, and it sells me on the fact that she doesn't take PAC money and that she's an everyday working person that would fight. But my gut tells me that she would just get a nice house, get insurance, and then do what the Dems want her to do, or she'll get crushed and pushed out like anybody who actually does put up any resistance.
Well, that commercial, I think that was a great commercial for her because I think I called her losing by 12%. And she's actually ahead of him by about 0.6%.
Where is this race at?
This is in the congressional 3rd of Washington State. Washington State is full blown shit lib, but this is
that Eastern Washington?
No, that's just north of Vancouver.
North.
No,
okay,
north of Vancouver.
Okay.
So it's southern Washington, but it's in the 3rd congressional district, which is the 3rd, but it has a lot of
I'm
red.
the 6th, so the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Jamie Herrera.
It does.
Butler.
It's like
yeah.
a rural area because she has a chance. See, this is what we're saying. You know, when you've gone out and you've worked politics at the ground level, these outlying rural areas, we have a chance to get people into those spots.
Yeah, and what she did, I don't know if you want to agree with everything on the election. What she did was she had that populist message. She didn't get too far on one side or the other, except
Yeah.
for, you notice with the growing
Russiagated. She totally Russiagated.
China-gated,
Yeah,
which
China-gate,
is which is absolutely wrong. And for somebody, she didn't sign on to whole Washington or National Medicare for All. So she's complaining, or she's preaching about health care for everybody. She turned around.
But she hasn't supported the
she
stuff
won't
that's
support
actually
either
working
one of
for
those
it, yeah.
things. So what I'm seeing here is
She'll get a nice house and she'll get insurance, and then she'll bend the knee.
I'm
That's
seeing
what
a
I see.
Washington State, a poor AOC here.
Yeah.
I hope
poor
I'm
AOC.
wrong. I don't know the
No,
person.
I think you're right. That's what my gut tells me. I think you're
But
dead on.
Linda, our executive producer, she has had interactions with her as state committee person. She said she's a nice person. I mean, a lot of these people that we don't
of them
agree
are.
with policy are nice people, but it's the character that their cloth is cut from. And again, I've stated, I had to say it again. If you're not against these wars, if you're not for getting Julian Assange released from his torture, if you're not for a universal, fully funded healthcare with no strings attached, you're not going to get my support. I don't give a shit what you do. So that's it. Sorry.
Right.
That's it. We've been betrayed so much. I have to say in this particular election, and I was wrong. This was one of the ones I was wrong on so far. The guy that ran against it would have been a layup had Jamie Herrera Butler kept that seat. I don't think Marie would have beat her, but they had to bring in a Trumper, a big bad Trumper guy. Extreme Green Beret, war hero, really the man's man in the military shit. And in Washington State, that didn't go over so well. We respect and support our veterans, but we don't the message of the Trumpian philosophy as far as
that belongs on the right side of the state.
That's wrong. That doesn't work. So again, it was a shitty candidate she was running against, and I'm glad she's going to get a chance. I hope she shows us what she's really cut from, which is good cloth.
I feel for her because she's up against. She is a mere mouse squeaking at a tsunami.
Well, yeah, and one of the biggest things that was about that was that. She was endorsed by all the shitlibs in Washington State, so that kind of tells you.
Well, of course she was.
That tells you what's going on.
I expect that.
Anyway, let's get out of that.
I saw our friend Noelle Frame one.
Oh, I'm going to throw up. Talk about.
I forwarded you the email. It's disgusting.
I'm vomiting. Noelle Frame's another.
Oh my gosh, she's the worst.
She
is
she
pretended to be a burner, and she duped just dumb people, including myself.
She's a party hack.
Ooh,
And
party hack.
I would tell.
And I knew how smooth she ran that convention.
We ran it. It's unfortunate. Many of the people in the Bernie campaign were
They were. The
were.
Democrats saw it coming, and they planted a lot.
Yeah, they
of them.
planted a lot of these operatives in the Bernie movement. But we find out that Bernie wasn't. He was one of the
Not like
plants.
Bernie.
Bernie was one of the plants.
Yeah.
Give me a
He
break.
was probably like, put your people wherever. Help me out.
Yeah, I think we should start calling him the Rat King or something.
I'm down for that. The weasel.
Yeah, yeah, and
Or is that Pete? That's Pete Buttigieg, right?
everybody's Buttigieg's got that hard.
got the rat,
and people
yeah.
are still supporting Bernie, and it's bullshit. So whatever.
A lot of them. So many of our friends. I mean, people that I love personally, but when I just can't look at their social media.
Yeah, I
anymore.
can't either. They, you got to get weaned off of that. Just like TDS needs to go away. This is from Jess. You brought this. What is this?
Okay, so flashback. Fox 10 accidentally released early graphics showing Katie Hobbs winning over 2 weeks before the election.
That's scary.
Huh.
What the hell?
I wonder how that happened.
What the hell? And is that percentage exactly what it is now?
I don't know. I'd be curious to know that, but you know, the glitch in the matrix.
And
I
you
guess.
picked this up on November 13th, so it could have been a photoshopped, right?
It could have been,
It could
but
have
it's
been.
still funny.
It is funny.
The
It's
next one is a Babel Bee, so that one's for real.
This is satire too, by the way, folks. I got to tell you. Here's the next one, the Babylon Bee. That's like the Yum Yum, right?
Oh yeah, she's projected to win Arizona's governor race by 108% of the precincts reporting.
Jesus Christ. That isn't that funny how that works, but our elections are safe and secure. Remember that, everybody. They're safe and secure. So
democracy is alive and well.
and they're so transparent. If you want to hear how transparent they are and what great elections we have, see Pasta Craig Giordullo over at the Coffee Couch. He'll educate
definitely.
you. He'll educate you. We have got a British point of view from this is Gordon Dimick. You know that guy?
Yeah, I love this meme in the corner here.
Yeah, I do
Oh
too.
boy, my John Fetterman decoder ring came.
I love the meme under it. This is bullshit. This isn't the full. If you get a chance, you should go over to Gordon Demick. You'll see this graphic here. This is informational only, and I was shocked but not shocked. Check this out. It blew my mind. I thought it was a lot, but I was thinking, oh, I don't know, $500 million. Watch.
This $16.7 billion was spent on them. $16.77 billion. That's the estimated amount spent on the midterm elections in America. This is from CNBC rather. The 2022 elections are expected to cost over $16.7 billion, making them the most expensive midterms ever, according to a new study by the non-partisan Open Secrets. The massive sum released Thursday in the campaign finance watchdog's final spending analysis for the cycle encompasses spending in both federal and state races. Election day is Tuesday. Well, it's last Tuesday. They've only just finished counting most of the races, though. No other midterm election has seen as much money in the state and federal state levels as the 2022 elections, said Sheila Krumholtz, Open Secrets executive director. We're seeing record-breaking totals spent on elections up and down the ballot. They spent $16.7 billion on these elections. And on what? On advertising. Basically, that's where the money goes. You know, on campaign ads and leaflets and billboards and slogans and badges and email marketing campaigns and freaking placards on their lawn telling you this vote is the most important thing in the world, and your neighbour who disagrees with you, he's a commie anyway, and your friend that thinks Ukraine is a proxy war, well, he's a Putin puppet spreading Russian propaganda. That's how much this costs. $16.7 billion. In about a month on, as far as I can tell, advertising. $16.7 billion. That's more than Jamaica spends on literally everything in a whole year. It's more than Spain spends on its entire military. It's almost as much as Hunter Biden was paid for being on the board of Burisma. Okay, I might have made the last one up, but for 20 billion, just 3 billion or so more than what was spent on the midterm elections in America, you could have ended homelessness. Ended it. Instead, they decide to spend it on some elections.
Did you know that's how much they spent on a midterm?
I did know that, and I was so disgusted by. I mean, yeah, do the math. You guys are saying it in the chat. Do the math. I mean, what we could have done with that money, and we all know we're going to talk about the whole FTX and how that money moved, right?
Yeah, I thought I'd add these comments to this. Democracy's on the ballot. Let me see. The red is 52,265,000, and the blue is 47,241,000, and democracy's on the ballot, Chanda.
Sure.
How does that work?
It doesn't work. It's broken, and we all know it is. So,
yeah. So I just
let's keep pretending. Let's keep pretending.
I don't know. So is it?
They're going to distract us all with a major war, anyways.
Oh yeah, all this shit's a distraction. Did you hear that Poland got some bottle rockets landed accidentally today? That they're
we know that Russia did that because they want to provoke an emergency meeting with NATO, right? I mean,
but the Polish prime minister didn't even verify. They said
I called it like 3 months ago. I said if something pops off, it's going to pop off in Poland or Finland.
Yeah, you did. I was there. Yeah, I remember.
Thank you.
I remember. So I don't know. I make light of it. 2 people were killed. I I feel bad about that. But if Russia wanted to bomb Poland, they would bomb
How do you know
Poland.
2 people were killed? I mean, we're told that by the AP and the lying media, right?
Yeah.
So we automatically we take those 2 souls into account. Oh, we got to be upset. Now you're fear reacting like, oh, we should respond to this. This they could hurt us next. And that's I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't believe anything anymore from anything, you know.
I don't. I'm the corporate owned media. It's kind of like, the most obvious is the least suspected these days. If they're paying for the news, then the news is paid for.
Yeah.
It's not news. It's
it's advertising.
It's advertising. So now this dude's name is Sam Bankman-Fried. So that's what LSD, and he's a bank guy and whatever. So
he's a CIA freaking bullshit head from what I could see of it. I mean, where'd this guy get this money and power at this age to where they weren't tearing him down? He was propped up, and I would say by somebody on the Democrat side.
Yeah, I heard that. I think Fee and Pasta talked about him getting or him supporting a lot of Democratic candidates this time around.
A lot.
Yeah. So again, thank you for your reporting over there at the Convo Couch. You guys knock it out of the park always. And yes, I am biased because
when I want to know the truth, I go to Convo.
I go to Convo, Hard Lens, Sabrina Salvati. Those who are ones I go to. So.
Thanks, Rob Juno. I know some of this will be spent well. Yes, we put it right back into
we put it
these shows to you guys.
Believe me, Rob, we really do appreciate those super chats too. So let me run this. How long is this thing?
I don't think it's long. I think it's a summary. Jilly sent me this, and she even cut it for me. Yay, thanks, Jilly.
Let me hit the right button. There we go.
Dollars from his now bankrupt crypto exchange. And it's pretty suspicious that the downfall of FTX happened right after midterms. To summarize and make sure we have this right, you, the taxpayer, give your hard-earned money to the American government. The American government turns around and gives it to Ukraine, and Ukraine runs your donations through FTX. And then the FTX founder takes your money and gives it to the Democrats. So do you think Democrats will give back this tainted money after this whole scandal? Totally a rhetorical question, but I think it should be demanded of them. It's only fair, But in all seriousness, I think the Sam Bankman-Fried character was set up to fall. His whole rise was too manufactured, too quick, and now his bankrupt company sets up the perfect example for people to demand federal control of cryptocurrency and trading, for them to demand government regulation. They fried the bankman. You get it? What do you think, internet friends? I always look forward to your comments. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and supporting my channel on Patreon. Bye.
She's got a nice voice. Who is she? Never heard her before.
Really graceful? Yes, I've brought her clips before.
No.
I love her. She's a great researcher. She does great research. That's my favorite trait in a good channel is really good, solid research.
Oh,
right?
yeah. That's what I adore about Sabrina Salvati. And, it's just incredible, the stories she does on the regular. If you haven't, go over to Sabby Sabs and subscribe, share, join her Patreon. A lot of you do. She gets new Patreons all the time, and she deserves every damn penny that she gets. She works her ass off, just like Convo Couch. Help them out. That Brazil trip really gutted the hell out of them, and we want to help them as much as we can. It
hurts to travel right now.
Yeah, it's horrible, and this Christmas season is going to suck. This is from Saturday night. Penn trades, this is Yum Yum, by the way. Penn trades sex toy for fake ornament, and I think that's, great. Madonna weeps. I hope this is in good taste. Everybody takes it.
I hope it's not the other Madonna weeping.
Yeah, let's hope not. Breaking, you put this in here. Breaking, President Biden asked Congress for over $37 billion in new emergency aid to Ukraine and $9 billion for the COVID. AP reporting. AP, what a great ethical organization AP is. They can't even answer reporters' questions when
I saw
reporters go in there and ask them their effing sources.
Who's your source?
Who's your
they're
source?
Like, oh, how dare you talk to us?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
below us.
Yeah.
You're indie news or some shit. I saw that.
Yeah, that was Convo Couch. Once again, prove my case. They show the stuff that we don't get to see on the shithole media. So, but this Yum Yum, you like my Yum Yum? I think this is one of the better ones. Yeah. That sex toy and the.
Did you see the one
yeah.
of Zelensky where he's all coked out?
Oh, when he's trying to get if his nose should have started bleeding, because I know how that works.
As a former drug abuser, you recognize it in other people, and you can clearly see he is fucking petered, man.
Chanda,
he is out.
you are. Is that libel or is that slander? I don't know which one.
That's my opinion.
That's your opinion. He's a high profile individual. Now we're going to take a quick break, and we are going to
Let's not crash.
Let's not crash because Pat the Batman fan, we apologize to Jamie and Pat. We did the internet crash. There's nothing we can do about it. I believe this is an original from Jamie Kuhn Music. So
I do too.
I hope you guys enjoy it as much as we did. I'm going to do a quick tweak here just for the hell of it. Let me get this centered again and up off to the right. And that's our good old voice meter banana that gives it a little bit of push there. So here we go. Jamie Kuhn Music. Fantastic piece.
Where I go, I hear a victory, except to know fools like me hiding here. I can breathe again, hiding here. I'm me. Where you go, will you ever hear what you've lost along the way? There's a place you can finally find where you'll say, I am me. If I could time, I'd still find my mind. You could say I'm wrong, but that don't make you right. Lucky you, if you're ever here, that you'll listen to this song. Time takes so, you will ever know. All I hope is I'm me. Oh, I am me. I am me. Oh, 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 'cause I am me. Oh, oh, 'cause I am me.
Wow.
So good.
Yeah, so good. She's so talented. If you can, go over to Jamie Kuhn Music Karaoke Closet. Please like and
Yes.
subscribe. Show them your love in any way. They are great people. Pat produced that. He did the recording and everything. I can't credit the pianist, but
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But I love Natalie Williams. Is it Natalie Williams growing up?
Yeah.
I just lost it. Yeah. Anyway, she reminds me of Natalie Merchant. Natalie Merchant. She reminds me a lot of Natalie Merchant's voice. She has that nice, deep, just smooth tone. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's very, very soothing. And these days, man, Chanda and I can use some soothing stuff because the background noise that Chanda and I have been dealing with everywhere has been insane. It's been horrible. And we're not the only ones. Our sisters and brothers, like I said, I think we said Saturday night, Sister Sabrina and Brother Colin have put up with some horse shit this weekend that is just unconscionable. So
I'm glad everybody's burning Mikey to the ground.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous what some of
Have
these.
some goddamn couth. Knock that shit off. We're not here for that. He just wanted clicks and ratings. He wanted attention. That's why he fucking did it. It's plain to see.
Yeah, but it hurts when you've got people out there.
It does hurt when you're getting fucking attacked
Yeah,
by people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the cloth that Sabby's cut from RBN and Colin it's impeccable. I can't say enough good about those two and RBN. Nick and everybody, CJ, all of Holy Rome, everything. So
Yeah.
we absolutely stand with and support RBN and Sabrina Sabati, Sabby Sabs, all day long, anytime. Don't go after our sisters and brothers when they're doing such good work, you assholes. World's biggest employers, you brought this.
Yeah, you see who it is? Ministry of Defense, the U.S. Department of Defense, the People's Liberation Army, then Walmart, then Amazon, then the Chinese National Petroleum Corporation, and let's see.
National Health Service,
the NHS, of course, and then
Foxconn.
Those are your biggest employers of the world.
Yeah, and they're trying to make them less employing and more profit. So
remember Assange.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, that's a real backbreaker for me on everything. Just Julian Assange. If you don't come out and support the release of a tortured human being, Julian Assange, unjustly imprisoned and tortured, then you're off my Christmas list, and that's not where you want to be. Let me tell you. Speaking of employers,
That's right, Santa Claus.
This is how employers are these days. Dude died, but they made him go to work anyway. That's what they're trying to do. Actually,
that's what they want us
That's
to
what
become.
they want.
Yes.
Yeah, abso-frickin-lutely. And I saw the original RoboCop because I'm old. And
I remember the original.
Yeah.
God, we loved it in the early. It was 85, 86.
Yeah, something
when it
like
came out,
Peter Weller had that down. I read some articles about him. He practiced those moves.
That walk. Boom,
Yeah,
boom,
he
boom.
practiced that for months. Getting it.
He was kind of a skinny guy.
One of those other movies I really enjoyed was The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai. They're kind of cult movies, but overall, the guy's a great actor. He really is. He never got the status that a lot of them get, but I really respect his acting. Now, here's something that's such a surprise. Are you shocked, Chanda? I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked.
But they're just letting you know, right?
Just letting you know.
NBC needs you to know. Biden says Democrats will not be able to pass abortion right legislation, meaning they ain't codified in shit.
Yeah. So, but now
But aren't you glad you voted for them to save it, right?
Yeah, it's just like the student loan cancellation and everything else. What else are they going to come out and say they can't do now? Psych, sucker! But isn't it uncanny how all the shit's coming out?
They would just do that, right? At least it would make it exciting.
Guys, the election was last Tuesday, and the shit.
We're still talking about
the dominoes started falling. What they can't do, what they won't do. The day after the damn election. Now, why didn't this shit come out the day before the election?
Right.
I wonder why.
And I love how they hung their laundroman out to dry.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Got us all those campaign funds back into our hands, so we're good, guys.
We're good. Now we'll have our boogeyman because the Republicans are going to take the House if they haven't already.
I think they did. I feel bad for Martin Skellerex too.
Yeah, I know. Elizabeth Warren, you brought this.
Oh my God. She says, let's be clear. President Biden has the legal authority to clear student debt. Republican officials need to get out of the way so Americans can get this much needed relief.
And then you got the meme. That is so good. That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Yeah.
I
can't name the three branches.
the media pedophiles.
corporations.
Shit. I named the 3 branches of government. We need to make a meme like that's great. The media, pedophiles, corporations. Abso-frickin-lutely. They all win that one.
Oh, and speaking of the good evening, son, I'd like to buy 2 cracks. It's for my son.
Yeah.
Jilly sent me. You and I watched the original Biden videos when they first dropped, right?
Mr. Toe Job. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them that I hadn't seen, and Jilly sent me a link today that has just mind blowing crap. I mean, I just didn't want to even watch it. Like, I can't watch him tug on himself for that long. It's starting to bug me.
I put a tagline on that. Brought to you by Burisma and the big guy.
The big guy. Yeah.
Big guy. Jesus Christ. We live in the Twilight Zone on steroids. What the hell is this? What's
So gross.
what's Orangey doing here? He's expected.
Well, I was going to let you know that, he was going to announce today. Well, it was rumored he was going to announce. So,
And he did,
so
right?
What is this? Louisiana has voted twice for this businessman and former television show host. Another campaign could influence politics here in a big way. Yeah, Louisiana does love him. I can attest to that.
Oh God. I don't know. You brought my evil twin sister.
In
here.
other news, Sarah Palin tells supporters to stop donating to the GOP. So here
I
we
didn't
go.
win. It's your fault. I'm mad.
She says they deserve the loss until they are willing to fight for what is right. They opposed me every step of the way in my congressional bid, which is par for the course. A very bitter Sarah Palin.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the frowny mouth there. She's got her lips pressed together so hard. I think she's
got those fake teeth. Maybe her dentures were falling out.
I think they were. Has she ever heard of polygrip? I don't know. Yeah, we do have quite a bit of things. I brought this one, did I not? You brought this.
But this one, I brought this one. This pisses me off. So I found the meme first, and I found the meme over on Twitter. And of course, these are Democrats, and they're saying white Caucasians can pay $2, Asians, Americans $1.50, Latin Hispanics $1, Black African Americans 75 cents, Native Americans 25 cents, and 25 cents off for all women. And I just thought, how fucking disgusting. And then, of course, you have to have a quote from Miss CIA herself, Gloria Steinem. Whenever one person stands up and says, wait a minute, this is wrong, it helps other people to do the same.
Jesus
this is fucking
Christ.
Wrong. Have you guys lost your fucking minds? This is wrong.
Oh my God in heaven. I don't know. They're thinking a good thing. I got back to basics here on this one. I brought this because I wanted to remind everybody with this meme. Now, this meme's been around since I've been on the internet, I think. Education, sciences, arts, healthcare are all starving to death on these tables. They've got their plates out there, and this is war. This meme right here speaks volumes to what's happening once again in the good old US of A. And I
want to push back on you a little bit on this meme.
Oh, please do.
Okay, so you see the healthcare and the education tables. Absolutely, we don't give shit to healthcare or education, but sciences and arts, because the elites are interested in both of those and they want to control those get a lot of money. Actually,
you know what? I wouldn't doubt you on that. I'm not going to argue that point because you're right. Because it's safe for them to do that, and they are interested in the arts because when they go in their underground bunkers or go to another planet, they're going to want those too.
They love the museum.
They're not going to want education or healthcare for the masses, but they're going to want sciences and arts. So I can't. Good pushback. I'll take that in the chops. And I want to remind everybody, I'm still working on grimifying the rest of Congress. I'm trying to find a better way, but this is my poster rep for the grim. So I think that's going to be one that's going to
Just don't do it to me. It's kind of creepy.
Well, this one possibly could end up running for president again.
I know. Oh my God.
And I'm going to be cyclic vomiting the whole time. So
what did she say? And I said to him something, Mr. President.
Yeah. Buy her.
Oh yeah, her hair. Yeah.
Yeah. Buy her a new set of hair combs so she can eat more salad. We've got Carl Vernon. You brought this.
This is short. It's like 45 seconds. This is Ode to Chicago.
Ode to Chicago. Here you go, Kit.
So I just voted for the first time as a Chicago resident. So I just voted for the first time as a Chicago resident.
Is that real?
Yeah.
No shit. No shit.
There's no crime in Chicago.
There's
It's
no
okay.
crime in
There's
Chicago.
No crime.
No
But
crime.
we don't want to talk about it during the election season. So
Yeah, I've got to say I echo what Sabrina and other sisters and brothers say. We can reduce crime by getting rid of poverty, eliminating poverty and jobs. That's the biggest way.
that's the
to
biggest way.
stop
Give
crime.
people don't want to commit crimes.
Why? Why would they want to do that? If you get rid of poverty, they're too busy enjoying life like everybody else should be. So I don't know. This is just nuts. That was a great one. Bang bang. I love that. That was a good one. What the hell is this, Chanda? What are you doing to me here?
Journalism now. So let's see. You got Gary Webb. I'm going to uncover how the CIA has been smuggling drugs to America, even if it will get me suicided. And then journalists now. Oh my God, what an offensive meme. Better fact check it.
Oh, you're throwing shade at somebody. You're throwing shade.
If I'm throwing shade, and the other one says, remember, kids, peer pressure don't work if you refuse to consider those
Dorks, your peers.
Yeah,
until next time. He-Man. I used to watch He-Man.
We
My
loved
daughter
it until
liked
next
He-Man
time,
and
yes.
She-Ra and all those. And
Wow.
this is Kathy Bates. I loved Kathy Bates. And James Caan passed away, but I did get to see him in a movie with Kathy Bates. Time for your sixth shot to keep you safe. Oh, yeah. Touche, Chanda. What the hell? And then
Did I
we've
bring
got,
this one?
I think I brought this one.
Okay, because
Now,
I don't know what this is.
This is Hakeem Jeffries, who will probably be Nancy Pelosi's replacement in the House, minority leader, I think. I was thinking about a glass half full, glass half empty meme. The glass half full meme would be this guy and Chuck Schumer, and the glass half empty would be Kevin McCarthy.
Can we street fight them like bum fights? Remember bum fights?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we should do.
I think we all win since we don't get to see Mitch McConnell's pie hole anymore or Nancy Pelosi's pie hole.
No, for sure.
That's
God,
it.
Yes,
Anyway.
Thank you. That's worth it.
This Hakeem Jeffries dude, I've been following him for a long time, and he's been being groomed forever because he's got the look, and he's got the chat. But here we go. Listen to this 45 seconds of horse shit.
Oh, yeah, I look forward.
If it'll play. 46 seconds.
Democrats deliver for everyday Americans. We get stuff done. We put people over politics. And the other side of the aisle is extreme. They're out of control. They're off the hook. They don't believe in democracy. That was rejected. They don't believe in reproductive freedom all across the country. That was rejected. They want to detonate Social Security in 5 years. That was rejected. And so battles were won that are extraordinary. But that doesn't mean that we're off the battlefield. We have to continue to fight for these priorities, for lower costs, for better paying jobs, for safer communities, and to defend freedom, defend Social Security, defend democracy. And we're excited that we're going to have the opportunity to continue to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Democrats.
So nauseating, so platitude, such bullshit.
Such bullshit.
But yeah, he's a rising star, ain't he?
Yeah, well, he's been rising star for a long time. He's been waiting for Nancy Pelosi to retire, so he's probably happy. You brought this. I thought it was terrific.
Okay, so would you know if you were in a dream right now check your watch or clock. Look at something else. Check your watch and clock again. If you are inside a dream, your watch will display a completely different time when you look back on it. Remember to check frequently. Shutterfield City Council. I'm so glad their city council is just like letting people know about checking reality.
Yeah, it is. We need to check reality because, like I said earlier, we're living in.
Are you in a dream? I'm going to start checking my watch. You're just going to see me checking my watch.
I got a watch. Joey bought me a watch recently, and I'll be showing. It's a very blingy watch. I'll show it this weekend.
Who wears a watch anymore? We all have fucking
I know,
smartphones up our asses.
but I'm so cheap. I'm not even going to pull the battery tab, so it's just going to be on there for jewelry. So, anyway.
Well, no, that's better than the drawer of dead ones that I have.
Yeah, well, I needed some bling for this old carcass of mine. What is this? What is this? This is they want it deleted.
Oh, I'm going to drop this in the chat. So go ahead and play this. I think people will agree.
With our government guilty of pushing an experimental vaccine, robbing the nation of its wealth, and starting a war with Russia, who has a superior nuclear weapons arsenal, one has to ask, be it angry mobs or atom bombs, where do these crooks plan on escaping the fallout?
Denver is now handing out free bug-out bags to help you just in case you run into emergency. Lisa, all right, I asked you last time. I need to know the checklist of everything I got to put in my bug-out bag.
Toilet paper, paper towels, toilet paper, paper towels. We've got cotton balls, 2 opportunities to get these free emergency preparedness bags. So really an important effort, especially when we're talking about severe weather.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are going to go and get those bags, but for people who maybe can't make it out there, is there anything in there that's, too tough that you couldn't just put one of those together yourself?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff you could easily put together yourself. I mean, if you got any extra cotton balls, paper towels, toilet paper.
The city of Denver is letting the locals know they should be prepared for an unexpected order to get out of town in a hurry. And many people are connecting dots between this and the Denver International Airport. The Denver International Airport has long been rumored to be sitting atop an underground military base built deep beneath the surface and connected to several other underground bases. These rumors are the result of several interesting facts. From 1995 until he was found dead a year later, Phil Schneider gave dozens of lectures claiming to be a geological engineer hired to build deep underground military bases, known as DUMBs, for the U.S. government. His father was Captain Oscar Schneider, a former Nazi stationed in Florida working black operations for naval intelligence. Phil Schneider was showing samples of what he claimed were unknown exotic metals. He provided maps of the underground DUMBs and showed off dramatic scars that he claimed were from a violent skirmish with a non-human species deep underground. In January of 1996, Schneider was found dead in his home, days after he mysteriously died of strangulation. Investigations were never completed, and it was ruled a suicide. His evidence went missing. Before he died, Phil Schneider used his clearance to take investigative author Alex Christopher into the top underground levels of the Denver airport, where they took pictures of a long road heading off to multiple destinations. Built upon 53 square miles of land, 25 miles from downtown, the Denver airport was billions of dollars over budget. Different contractors were hired for each section, some of whom have come forward and claimed it would take days to show you what's down there. Inside the otherwise unimpressive airport, there is a capstone with cryptic Illuminati and Masonic imagery, marking a time capsule buried beneath to be opened in 2094. The airport opened with a famous 4-piece mural depicting biological warfare, death and destruction, the surrender of all national sovereignty, and the emergence of a new religion. On the floor, for no apparent reason, is what appears to be the symbol for gold and silver in a mining cart, AUAG, which is also the abbreviation for a deadly strain of hepatitis discovered in 1965. Outside on the surface, the runways form the shape of a swastika, and passengers are greeted by what has become known as Blucifer, a 32-foot horse with glowing red eyes that reportedly killed its creator when a piece of the sculpture came loose and severed an artery in his leg. This is why many people are talking about Denver's bug out bag program, which is good because now that we know who the people committing these historic crimes against humanity are, we can't just let them slip away into some hole.
That was Bill. Wasn't that
So
Bill?
I've dropped the rest of that into the Rockfin and the YouTube. If you want to watch the rest of it, that was anonymous official. And I have brought these stories for years to you guys. We've talked about dumbs for years, deep underground military bases. We've covered quite a few of them. What else have we covered? We've covered a lot. Phil, if you haven't heard of Phil, the guy who supposedly took the aliens on and he got hit with a laser and it fucked his body up. He's got some pretty crazy scars and how he got killed. Those are crazy stories, so definitely look into them. But get your guys' bug out bags. You ready? Or refresh them. Mine needs refreshed. I had one, but I always get into it, so it's time to rebuild it.
Where are you going to bug out to?
Well, it depends on what comes at us, right? Depends on which way we're forced to go. I don't know.
Well, you've got a nice picture of a asteroid here, isn't it?
Right. So the planet has been through many disasters, including earthquakes, storms, violent eruptions. I'm trying to read it all the way that cause irreparable damage. Do you believe a natural catastrophe or an asteroid, war, or even deadly virus could be capable of causing an apocalypse that completely destroys the planet as we know it? And I have been, you guys know I've been sick the last couple of weeks. And so I've been kind of just hanging out, watching Netflix, screwing around. So I started out, and I love both these guys. I've featured both these guys. I've talked about them. And that is Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock, right? Have you ever heard of these? Sometimes, I think Graham Hancock used to be on Ancient Aliens, maybe occasionally. They love to say he's a pseudoscientist, and he's not a pseudoscientist. He's a fucking journalist. And that's just their way of smearing people like they always do. Anyways, he has been hell-bent for the last 20 years to prove to us what the hell, human history is a lie. Everything we've been told, everything that we were taught from 1960 to 2010 was a complete fucking lie about who we are, how long we've been on the planet, and what has happened to us in the past. And all these things that we believe about the pyramids and the Sphinx. And he's proved that there is much older sites out there. And I just go watch. He did a podcast with Rogan. It's over on Spotify. That was like 3 hours, like this week. It's really fucking interesting. And so he has a Netflix special called Ancient Apocalypse. And he kind of walks you through his theories, and he takes you to these sites, and he shows you the science, the true science of the history of our planet and of mankind. I mean, ever since I was a small girl, one of my biggest thoughts is, why are we here? And why does nobody know why the fuck we're here? That's always bugged me. And if you're a thinking human being, I think it bugs you too. And he's coming up with some answers that blows your minds. And a lot of it's focused in Eastern Washington. We have the Scablands over there, Oz. Mm-hmm. And he thinks a giant comet hit the ice cap just in Canada, and it blew all that water into Eastern Washington, and that's how we got those huge gorges over there. And he walks you through it. It's cool as hell. If you're interested in it, please definitely. See, people calling him straight up grifter. I don't think he's a grifter. I think that his science is solid. When you go to the historical sites, I really think that and why can't he ask questions? Nobody in the scientific community will let him ask a question. It's just like with the doctors and the Rona now. They're like, nope. This is what we're telling you it is. This is how it is, and you can't change. You can't question anything.
I like to hear it just from the educational, if not entertaining standpoint. So
they're theories. But you know what? Until we convince people to go look for answers, they just accept what we're told. Like, we've been here 4,000 years.
I would caution any of our sisters and brothers who like to fling poo and call the other stuff. You're still getting stuff out of this because you are making an objective opinion on how you feel about. So it's still worth it. And to me, it's part of the arts and sciences. It's just how it works. So this is
and that's what it is. The sciences, and that's one of the things I came away from really studying him for. I went and read 2 of his books, and the sciences won't let you ask questions. That's what I took away from it, Oz. Like, they're just as corrupt and as bad as politics, as medicine.
Politics is pretty bad. Is this a clip from Rogan and him?
Yeah.
Okay, let's fire it up.
When you're talking about the Nile and we're talking about ancient Egypt, how far back do you think that goes?
Oh, I think the Nile goes back a very, very, very long way. The Nile River system 12,500 years ago looked much the same as it does today. Actually, Africa suffered much less from sea level rise than many other continents. The place that was most dramatically affected by sea level rise was around Indonesia and Malaysia. Geologists call it the Sunda Shelf. And again, it shows up on ancient maps as it looked during the Ice Age, not as it looks today. There was a continent-sized landmass that went underwater there. If your continental shelves are very shallow and very, very limited and very deep, then you don't lose a lot of land. But if they're slow and gradual, you lose a great deal of land. Africa didn't suffer so much. The Nile River system was pretty much 12,500 years ago the way that it is today. The big difference was that the Sahara Desert was green and fertile.
And this coincides with Dr. Robert Schoch's assertion that when you look at the Temple of the Sphinx, you're dealing with thousands of years of water erosion.
Yes.
And the last time there was water like that in the Nile Valley was when?
The last time you had the water erosion like that in the Nile Valley was precisely during the Younger Dryas. The Younger Dryas was a period of extremely heavy rains in Africa, and it's rainfall, it's erosion caused by heavy rains that is the enigma on the Great Sphinx. We're not saying that there was a flood came over the Great Sphinx. What Robert Schoch is saying, and what his evidence clearly demonstrates, is that we're looking at what's called precipitation-induced weathering that was caused by exposure to about 1,000 years of extremely heavy rainfall. And Dr. Robert Schoch puts that 1,000 years precisely in the Younger Dryas period. That's the last time that rains of that magnitude fell on Egypt, and it's why we cannot sensibly accept the insistence of Egyptologists that the Sphinx is just 4,500 years old. By all means, yes, 2,500 BC, the ancient Egyptians were there, but I believe they found the Sphinx already created and already heavily eroded, and that they then recarved its head into the head of a pharaoh. And that head, as Robert Schoch and others have pointed out, is way too small in relation to the body. That makes sense if it was a heavily eroded lion head, which was then later cut down into the head of a pharaoh.
Not a bad point.
Well, I'm just going to say, if you're willing to question what we're told by the AP and by CNN, deprogram yourself enough to go back to all of your beginning programming, because that's what it is. This is your beginning programming that you're questioning, and ask questions. And you'll start saying, oh shit, I think everything I've built my whole core of reality on is a fucking lie. And I think they're proving that, and I think they're going to prove that in the next 20 years. They've got thinkers like Joe Rogan on board. Randall Carlson is amazing in his own right. I mean, these guys are scientists. They go out there, they study the soil. They know the different layers and the catastrophes that we went through as the planet Earth. And question it, guys. Question it.
Yeah. So hone those critical thinking skills, everybody.
Yeah.
Hone them.
That's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah. Fair and Balance is in the house.
I see Farron's here. Hey, Farron. Long time no see. How are you? Oh, we missed you. I miss you. I want to do a show. There's so much Johnny Depp news. Oh, my gosh. I'm so glad that he's doing so well. If you guys hadn't heard, Farron with the super chat. Thank you so much. Hey, guys. It's been a while. Love you both to the moon and back. Keep fighting the good fight. Happy Thanksgiving. And just throwing it out there, someone has a birthday on Saturday and might be able to stop by. And everyone hit the like and subscribe now. Farron, is it your birthday? Are you stopping by? We'll definitely be here. You're always welcome.
Farron, what are you, 28 Saturday?
Yeah,
27? Something like that?
She's
Good for you.
The young lady.
Farron, I need a transfusion. You have got so much stuff going on. I need that. I need that energy. Can I get a transfusion?
I want some.
I
from
need
Farron
some of
and
that.
some
I'm
from
always.
Pasta. That'd be good to go.
Farron is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know in a race who would win, Pasta or Farron.
I don't know.
Jesus
go,
Christ!
go.
Boom, 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 boom. Check out Fair and Balance. She's got great shows.
She was
and
just covering
great
Trump.
guests.
How was it?
Yeah. Farron's out there killing it, and I'm glad. I think Farron's found her happy place. Don't you? I think she's really doing some good stuff over there. So, yes, 36. I don't believe it. You don't look a day over 27. So there you go.
Not at all.
We've got and Saturday night. Yeah. if you're available, just
come on over.
We love having Farron
Come
on.
and knock on our door.
Yeah, Three's Company.
We've been waiting for you.
Yeah. We got, is this?
Farron will sing that for us if we ask her.
Yeah, Farron's got a great voice. Great voice.
Yeah.
Great voice. Is this the last UFO one?
I can hear her right now all the way across the country.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she did a house drinker. I wish her internet would have went down. It was great.
Our internet was crap. We had all kinds of issues. But
yeah, it is. It is. It's life in the fast lane. Lose your mind. What is this? Last UFO one? What's going on here?
Yeah. We talked about this last Saturday. This is leftover from Saturday deck. Yeah, this is Beauty and the Boomer deck. So yeah, they just listed. They raided like the biggest Area 51 website and took all their stuff.
Oh, cool. Can I have some?
They'll talk about the aliens.
With this tweet coming out of a news reporter from Nevada by the name of George Knapp, what he published was FBI agents came down hard on the operator of a popular website devoted to all things Area 51, its programs, lore, and legacy. More than a dozen agents served a no-knock warrant on the Rachel, Nevada home of Jorg Arnu, owner of the DreamlandResort.com website. They seized all his computers, files, phones, and photos, and there's more information surrounding this I'll get to at the end because Jorg comes out and gives you more details. At the same time, another team of a dozen or more agents stormed his Las Vegas home on top of it, seized all digital devices and files, held his girlfriend at gunpoint, and so the story begins. Here is the website in question, DreamlandResort.com. He put some updates in here on his blog himself. We're going to get to those, but let's give you a little bit more background of this website, or as it states, monitoring Area 51 since 1999. Take a look inside Area 51, aka Dreamland, the world's most famous secret airbase. For 20 years and counting, Dreamland Resort has been the most comprehensive source for information on Area 51 black projects, the Nellis Ranges, TTR, and ET Highway. The webmaster is a 25-year Area 51 research veteran and a resident of Rachel, Nevada. So these warrants in question were served a week ago. Arnu noted on his site that he does not know the reason for the raid or whether specific images of the secret base posted online may have initiated such a vigorous action by federal law enforcement.
Wasn't Amber taking pictures of that base last summer?
Yeah, Amber was. I was telling her you're going to get your ass shot, man. Yeah, George Knapp is host of Coast to Coast. He a very popular Sirius radio that everybody listens to. That's into UFOs, aliens, sci-fi, anything, ghosts. He covers all kinds of shit. And he has a very calming voice that just kind of soothes you, and you just lay there and listen.
Yeah, I like that. There used to be some Coast to Coast thing I listened to that made me.
Yeah.
Relaxed. I have a.
But that's scary. It's scary. They're going after those guys too, man.
I have a reface complaint here. Actually, it's actually a compliment. This is not my progression. It's actually I'm the bald guy on the bottom with the tiny brain, and then this one, the one in the middle, that should be the last one where I've got a lot of fur, and this top one. So reorder those next time, Chanda.
Okay, I'll reorder them.
Okay, thank you.
Your morph wasn't good.
No big brain here, believe me.
But I brought Jeannie back. Do you see that?
I love Jeannie. I never look so good. I love Jeannie. Does anyone else feel like they're being watched? You brought Nestle, right? Nestle?
Yeah. Well, I love this whole buy your own blue check mark, how it backfired beautifully. This was one of my favorite ones. We steal your water and sell it back to you. LOL. Yeah.
Yeah. Nestle at Death Cult. That's a good one to have for them. So they got
for sure.
8,000 retweets and 486 quote tweets. I picked this one off of the Facebook, the Meta. This was a friend of ours, me yelling representative at the automated customer service machine. That's about where I'm at these days. I get a little grumpy and then I get carried away and then I'm a screaming possum. I think that'd be great to have a screaming possum.
Have you ever encountered a possum, like a pissed off possum?
Yes, I have. And
they're scary, man. They're freaking scary.
And they get like that, and then they flop over and play dead, and then
I think it's dead. They'll pick it up. Yeah.
And we have
Chad, welcome.
Hey, Chad, what's going on, man? We have Sabby Sabs tonight, and I got it. Sabby is at 24,000.7K subscribers. Nice. My goal is that she gets up to 50,000 by springtime. I know that's a big number.
If they fucking let the algorithm loose let her get into the main, she would have 100,000 no problem. She'd probably have 500,000.
I know they crush RBN, Sabby, and all of their algorithms.
They deserve to be out there getting paid for the hard work that they're doing.
Absolutely.
We all do, and it's so defeating when you're just crushed by these fuckers.
I think that and this type of discourse, political discourse has got to be the toughest growth spot on YouTube. Farron has got through a lot of this stuff, but Farron does a large variety of shows, and you
got to do a variety.
You have to do it, but when you're so tied into the political discourse, like Sabby and all of our sisters and brothers that we like to support, it's hell. And I think somebody did say YouTube they just want people showing cat picture videos and shit. So they don't
want us here.
That's safe. But this was from Sabby. She dropped this today. I think it's from yesterday's show. But give this a listen and see if you agree. I know I do.
Smiling, Goldman Sachs is smiling. So isn't this a grand democracy?
Yeah.
You hear that? Once again, the working class still lost.
Yep.
And I can say this time and time again, and people believe that their lives are actually going to improve.
Who hit us on the rock then?
By voting D or R. And then you still look around and you realize you're still struggling. You're still working paycheck to paycheck, right? And if you lose a paycheck, you're screwed. You look around and you see you still can maybe barely afford gas. You go to the grocery store and you see the prices are still expensive, so you're still trying to ration your groceries. So if you're working class or you're poor, what have these parties done since my lifetime? And I mean my lifetime, okay? I'm not talking about the shit that they passed before my black ass was born. I'm not talking about Social Security. I'm not talking about the New Deal. I'm talking about since I was born. What have these parties actually done for working class and poor people that has improved your life? Maybe a couple social issues, but those were passed through the Supreme Court. So if people say, well, gay marriage passed, that was the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it didn't have shit to do with the Dems.
What have they done?
They've done shit. Take your money, bamboozle us.
Oh, well, it's quite a democracy. As Ryan Knight reminds us, he says big business and the billionaire class win yet another election in the United States and retain full control of the House, Senate, and both corrupt parties who do their bidding. That's very well said. He said, just a reminder that the
I had to add Jimmy's comment there. Sabrina, right on. Chanda, when we started doing these shows, what was one of the first things that I said about the Democratic Party? What have they done for the working poor, the working whatever, in the last 4 decades? Tell me. And the Republicans, we already know. What has the Democrats done? Will somebody tell me? Neither
party of them have done
nothing
shit for us. We gave you a stimulus check during COVID after we ripped you off for $200.
Thank you.
And now that's the cause of the inflation that's freaking tanking us. That giving all of our money to fucking the Ukraine. I waited 3 extra days to go in and get a blood draw this week because I didn't have the extra gas to go into town and back and forth and wait. So I just waited. Like, okay, I'll do it all when I go into town. That's what Americans are doing. That's how we're sacrificing with these insane gas prices and food prices and sales tax prices. And eventually, there's going to be a tipping point.
In my heart of hearts, this midterms should have been about it's the economy, stupid. But the TDS and the Roe and everything else.
It's about Roe because I'm never going to have an abortion, but I need to make that my number one priority.
Yeah, and it's clubbing again. So this is going to be a long, cold winter. And if people don't wake up before springtime, you could expect a cycle of insanity that will make 2020 pale. So
I think we're going to, no matter what. I think the next 2 years, as we come into the 2024 election, things are going to be extreme. I mean, we already, tonight was a perfect example. We got Trump already out there, and now the Democrats are going to be throwing their piles of poo, and it'll be back and forth. It's going to be insane. And then they're going to want to divide us and stir us up even more than they have over the last, 8 years.
She said poo.
Basically since Obama.
She said poo. How about calling out
poo.
that Super Ray over there?
Super Ray. Hey, we got a Super Ray over on the Rockfin. We love our Rockfinners. Aw, hey, Rim, thank you so much. So sweet and so kind of you to always help us out on the Rockfin. Of course, all the donations that get given over on the Rockfin go to Roar Media, and everything on the YouTube channels, of course, goes to Beauty and the Boomer. So that's how we do that. So we appreciate you supporting our nonprofit and keeping us up and going.
And that's wonderful, Rim. And again, we not only appreciate what you do for us, but we appreciate what you do for our sisters and brothers.
Yes.
You knock it out of the park. Thank you so much. And everyone, for that
all
matter,
of
who's
them.
supporting our sisters and brothers. And you guys know who they are. And we love our sisters and brothers. And when we disagree, we are adults about it, for the most part. So,
unless you're Mikey.
Yeah, unless you're Mikey. So you brought this. Is this you?
So getting a speeding ticket as your car is being towed.
Oh, that hurts.
Camera gets you.
I didn't see that. Am I in the queen there?
Could you fight that? I try to fight that, but I don't know if you'd be able to fight that.
I would fight that. I would fight it. What else have I got to do?
You know what I did today, guys? I got to tell you guys, because it's been on me. It's heavy on me, so I have to tell you. I watched the impact statements for the Daryl Brooks trial. That's the guy in Waukesha, Wisconsin. He drove through the Christmas parade last November, and he murdered just innocent people that were out marching in a parade. And this guy, and the only reason I'm watching is heartbreaking. He's heart-wrenching what these innocent fucking people, innocent Americans just out enjoying their small town, doing their Christmas things, and then their lives are ripped from them. They're destroyed, right? One woman had 4 kids in the hospital at once. I couldn't imagine. And this guy is the most cold-blooded, cold-hearted, just psychopath. I mean, he's been fighting with the judge the whole entire trial. He's representing himself. She has to keep throwing him out and putting him in a courtroom next to him with just the audio feed because he can't control himself in the courtroom. Of course, he shows no penance. He just has no remorse. And I can't help but think that as our society continues to crumble and this empire folds in on itself, we're going to be dealing with more and more monsters like that.
Yeah, we are. Everybody's losing their shit. There was a.
You watched it, Becca? Yeah, it was heartbreaking.
There was a quadruple murder in Moscow, Idaho. 4 college students, 2 from a sorority.
We don't even hear them anymore. They're every day.
They're every day. They were stabbed to death, and they're still trying to figure it out. As a father of a daughter, that just that magnifies the whole thing. So again, it's
as frustrated as we get, we have to start having patience. And it's hard to have patience when you can't get customer service anywhere and nobody gives a shit when you're trying to accomplish something.
Yeah,
and they
it's
just
tough.
want you to leave them alone.
It's
and
tough
you're
out
like,
there.
You're being paid for me to ask you a question and you won't even answer the question.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we have a twofer tonight of Scumbag of the Week.
Oh, there's a lot of scumbags out there.
And I'm going to tell you, the more I see of Ro Khanna, the more I am convinced he gets off on lying about shit.
He does. Come on, going on Jimmy, and Jimmy calls him out. He likes it.
He likes it. I mean, he gets burned down on these shows, and everybody says, well, we credit you for coming on. He has fantasies about lying to the public. I think so. I want his pants checked after he's done with one of these.
He wants to be the next Speaker of the House.
Oh my God, this guy! Look at his eyes. It's like they're dead eyes too. And sorry, I've engineered with this guy in the room a couple of times, and you would think he was a nice guy, but
he's a sociopath. They're all sociopaths. They can just spit it out, man. They pretend and they project that emotion and empathy, even though they ain't got an ounce of it.
Well, I'm going to give you this. I video clipped this. I don't usually video clip Scumbags, but this just highlights, and this is from your favorite show, Rising, Chanda.
Oh God, yeah.
Here we go.
What do you say to people who might argue that who should be a leader, whether minority leader or majority leader, should be less about their kind of personal deservedness, whether or not they showed courage in the face of 1/6 or have suffered personal tragedy with respect to her husband being brutally attacked, but instead should be more calculated to the interests of the people, especially if you're speaking from the perspective of a CPC member, what is in the best interest of progressives. Some progressives, like AOC when she was running for office, made a point of saying that Nancy Pelosi doesn't represent her interests and would not get her vote as a default for Speaker of the House. That seemed to have changed in the context of the force the vote discussion during the last speakership vote. What criteria is the exclusive criteria here, whether or not Nancy Pelosi is powerful and deserved on an individual level, or should there be some more consideration for whether or not she is effectively advancing the interests of the left?
Cue the con man.
Well, there should be a consideration of whether she's effectively advancing progressive ideals and standing up for democracy. I don't think her courage is just about her personal virtues. I think it is about someone tough who's going to take on election deniers, who's going to stand up for democracy, take up and stand up to Kevin McCarthy and some of the extreme elements of that caucus. And I have seen that she is a fighter on those issues. And obviously democracy was on the ballot this time.
Oh my God. Guy is so full of shit.
You know what? That was hard to clip because the question prior to that was horrible, and it was the same rhetoric bullshit that they've been pushing. This guy is a sociopath. So anyway, scumbag of the week, Ro Khanna, and if somebody clips that and sends it to Bree or somebody and says we were saying that Bree was a scumbag of the week, no, Ro Khanna, get it, clue, you guys. And there's people out there that take shit out of context all the time.
We get taken out of context.
You know what? We don't agree with Brianna Joy Gray all the time, but we do a lot of the time with what she says. So there you go. And of course, scumbag of the week number 2, Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, he gets
Elon
it, definitely.
Musk. My car doesn't go 1,000 miles an hour out of control and kill people in China. Not at all. It's not you. So,
no, you can't watch that video. No, don't watch that video. Don't watch that video, guys.
Don't watch that video. Don't watch that video. Anyway, that's not why. I just saw that this weekend, and I'm saying bullshit. Any type of technology can fly out on you. Nothing is perfect. So,
I'll keep my thoughts to myself.
Yeah. What? I'm not even going to comment on that.
I know.
What do you got here?
Got a dirty
Is
mind.
that Dale Gribble?
Dale Gribble, 1997, insane conspiracy theorist. Dale Gribble, 2022, average libertarian.
Average libertarian. I'm going to save the DIY that we have for Saturday's show.
Okay.
And we have, what is this? Oh, this goes along with the Elon Musk thing, right? That's from Saturday.
No, this is an oldie but a goodie that I brought back. So yeah, show me a billionaire and I'll show you someone who steals from the working folks for a living. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and then we've got Stoner Corner here.
Stoner Corner is kind of themed tonight. So, Mom, you're so right. Getting stoned first makes housework amazing. Fuck this cleaning bullshit. I'm too high. And then, of course, the case of the overcomplicated bong and the Nancy Drew ruined mysteries by a chronic Keef. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's terrific. Yes,
and of course,
I smoke weed at 7 a.m. God, I never got into smoking weed in the morning. I just
some days you just like fuck this shit.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not gonna do this day sober. I'm just gonna get stoned now.
Yeah, I just wanted to touch on this real quick. I'm not gonna run the clip, Chanda.
I want you to run the Madonna clip. They're gonna love it. No, run the Madonna clip.
All right. It made me kind of nauseous, but I've done the dog bowl thing before.
Oh God, I have.
Madonna's social media presence keeps getting more disturbing by the day after the singer shared an Instagram video where she licked water out of a dog bowl and posed sexually with various objects. In an Instagram reel uploaded on Wednesday, the Vogue songstress put together several photos where she showed off her neon green sweater paired with sparkly booty shorts, tights, and thigh-high boots. In a few of the pics, the 64-year-old posed alongside a motorcycle and a food pantry. However, things took a turn for the odd when she then began posing sexually with a sriracha and mustard bottle. Fans were particularly shocked when the Queen of Pop licked water out of a dog bowl on the floor, while the Stooges song, I Wanna Be Your Dog, played in the video. It's getting more and more embarrassing. It's not easy to be your fan anymore. You were an icon, sadly now without style, one popular comment read. None of this is thought-provoking or different. You lost touch. You used to be ahead of the game. You created it. The changes to your body too. This is all screaming desperation to stay young or relevant. The last thing any of us would have expected from Madonna, someone else wrote. You are at it again. What is this? It's so sad to see you destroy the iconic Madonna style. I'm sorry, I have been your fan since I was a kid. And I just cannot accept this garbage style. No class. No elegance you have created for yourself, another user commented. It has no meaning. No depth. This is not art. This is you destroying the iconic Madonna that you created.
Rob Juno.
Stooges are lit, though. Yeah, I gotta agree, DC.
That's good.
How dare them ruin a Stooges song like that?
Oh my God!
I have been complaining about Madam Expiration Date for years now, and she is a classic narcissist. You know, she's got to be the center of attention. She can't handle that. She's aging, and she's, you know, remember her sex book? The whole world broke, right? She broke the Pepsi commercial when she was in the church rolling around in her little slip dress. I mean, how many times did she was the number one controversy in the world. And now, you know, this is the most attention she can get is doing this shit. It's sad. But what's scary is she looks like one of those vampires from one of those vampire shows. This is going to come up and bite you.
Yeah, this is makes you just want to say no to plastic surgery. I remember her with the waffle cone bra with the tassels on the end of it.
Oh, those are coming back. I hate to say they were on the runway in Paris this year.
I think I saw that. So
yes.
You got, what is this? What the hell is this Scientology here?
Okay, so this is an old clip. It's from Saturday, so we don't have to run it because there's been a lot. You know, you guys know I've been following all the Scientology news, what's going on with the Danny Masterson case. Well, Leah Remini went on a tirade.
Oh, yeah.
Last week, 17 tweets she put out in a row where she accuses the LAPD of covering up for her missing persons report that she had filed on David Miscavige's wife, Shelley, who is the leader of Scientology. But there's so much more to it. So if you're interested, please go look into it because we're running long in the tooth, and maybe I'll cover it on my show, but there's a lot going on, and there's CBS executives involved, and we all know that LA and Hollywood PD, the Hollywood division, is corrupt as fuck, and Scientology is getting away with, they're a cult, a non-exempt cult, you know, they're tax-exempt cult that it's just, they do what they want. They're buying up Florida, they control Hollywood. I mean, that's why I talk about them.
And speaking of Hollywood, you've got Alec. Now he's suing the what do you call that grip that does
weaponeer.
The weaponeer, yeah. So that's sues Rust Armorer Weaponeers weapon supply.
And I think he's suing the producers too, if I remember right, because he's being charged, right? He got charged.
Yeah.
I think we reported on that. Yeah, he's being charged for homicide.
I don't understand that. If the weapon is a prop in a movie and he points and shoots somebody, what's going on with that?
Well, and that's why he's suing. He's saying it was their responsibility to, you know, make sure that nobody got injured with the weapons that they handed him. So he might have a case. I think he does.
Well, I have no great love for him either, but it's like, this is just so strange.
Oh, yeah. Another narcissist. God, they're all the biggest narcissists, right? Speaking of narcissists, I have one more narcissist in our Holly Weird section. Nick Cannon. If you remember who Nick Cannon is, he's formerly married to Mariah Carey. I think that's really his main claim to fame, other than what he did, American, or was it Factor or something? He did one of those singing shows. Anyways, he just had his 11th kid, and he's paying like $2.9 million in fucking child support. Why is he single-handedly trying to repopulate the earth?
I don't know. Is he related to the Duggars?
Maybe the daggers.
I do have a question. Why is he wearing the Corona beer logo on his neck?
Why do they do anything?
Maybe it's just a font. I can't make it out. It's pretty small. Yeah.
I can't see it.
Don't breed, I guess. You got a feast says here.
Well, this is our feast that's from Saturday night, but this was from Saturday. So I find it funny pro-NATO bots and pro-Ukrainian goons assume that I'm a Russian because they can't comprehend that a non-Russian don't hate Russia. Currently trying to learn the alphabet like a toddler, not even trolls. This city was beautiful today. Thoughts. Happy Saturday.
It was, yeah, she took some great shots. It is beautiful.
Oh, beautiful. I love seeing her
really
come
beautiful.
in. Yeah.
Really beautiful. And honestly, I've got friends of mine who have been dissing Putin, the usual thing in my bracket.
yeah.
My friends, they're in their 60s and
War.
stuff. Putin, he's the reason for all of it. My sister said today, my sister's 78. She said, I wish that internet had never been invented because it's the reason why everything's so messed up now.
Maybe the people that are lying to us. I see people, their obsession with hating Putin, much like having their own Hitler is what it is.
Yeah, it is. That TDS is killing me. And now that we have the
it's back.
We got the EDS with the Elon derangement syndrome. So the DSs are coming. Remember, free Julian Assange, please, 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 please. And we have the Linda with her beautiful United Palestinian Appeal. UPA, please help them out. They are an accredited charity. Please check them out. And I got to keep saying this. I am against every damn war in the future because if the human race expects to survive, they better get off this bullshit. That's all I can say.
Especially the war on the poor. All war is war on the poor.
Yeah, stay away from all this stuff. Now, this show was great, and I want to thank everybody again.
Yes,
Fair and Balanced, AREM for your financial support.
Thank you, guys.
We can certainly always use it, but we do appreciate all the work you guys do in supporting our sisters and brothers and your content creation so much. We've got some announcements here, and before we start, we're going to go out with the closer from Saturday night, the Van Halen thing. It's really good. So
it's damn good. Yeah.
It's really good, and I'm not going to cut the slides from tonight's show into it. So you're going to see the slides from Saturday night's show because you got ripped off when the internet ate it. So what do we have for announcements?
I'm not doing a show on Thursday. Pasta, if you're out there in the Ethernet, I'll call you.
Chanda is going to take Thursday off, and I am going to be working with executive producer Linda on graphics and video editing this week and get caught up on my email because, like I said, I want to give a big... Are we going to come back Saturday, or do you know?
Yes. Oh, hell yeah. We're doing a show Saturday. It's Farron's birthday. We're throwing a birthday party.
Yeah, I just want to make sure because things have been kind of rocky in everybody's world this week. So looking forward to that. I've got the deck just about cleared, ready for Saturday. Going to have some fun, some music. Again, I want to shout out Pat, the Batman fan, Karaoke Closet. Jamie, you killed it with that song. It was gorgeous. I will put that standalone on our channel too, if you don't mind. So I've got 3 standalones. So I'm going to be doing some catch up and some house cleaning and helping the combo couch when I can, when they call. And last word, Chanda. Last word for you.
Last words. I don't know, just be kind.
Just be
Nobody
kind.
in this world's kind.
Yeah, everybody's beating the hell out of each other. I want to thank all the chats so much for your support again. And we want to keep it a small, fun, happy, if we can be happy. Fun show.
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm not feeling well, and the morning shows are kicking my butt. So as soon as I can get some sleep to where I'm fresh faced at 5 o'clock in the morning and ready to go, then I'll be back to them. But for this week, while I'm waiting for new medication to kick in, then I'll be back at it. Julie, thank you. Fun show tonight. Oh, I'm glad that we had fun. It was kind of a different show than what we do, just because we had so much leftover stuff.
Yeah, we tried to integrate with what you got ripped off from Saturday. And again, this is a good cut. This is really good. Hope you enjoy it.
You did a great job.
Amber King, she's due to do a Brave New Future Friday night, so look for that. She'll put it up as soon as she can. We love Amber's show, even though they're depressing. At least we know what's going to kill us. So
Thanks,
there you go. Thank you, Chanda. I hope you have a great rest this week, and I appreciate you're doing great. And everybody in the chats. I'm going to take a quick look at Rockfin before I switch the outro, and I hope you guys enjoy this outro. Lots of fun making it. Have a great week, everybody. Stay out of trouble, and don't let the stiff stuff bite you in the ass like it's been biting us.
Let the man get you down.
Don't let the man get you down. Here we go.
down between my legs.